Hey everybody, welcome back to your tarot reading. I hope everything is going good in your life and you really don't need the tarot reading, but if you do, welcome back. You've come to the right place for a tarot reading. Alright, what I do here is I draw two cards from the Major Arcana deck to find out what your tarot moment is going to be. We'll look at the bottom of the deck for more information and we will clarify. All of these messages are timeless. So whenever you're watching this is when the universe wanted you to see it. Could be today, could be tomorrow, could be a week from now. I have no idea. So hello from the past, from the future, whatever you're watching this. Okay, and there's no star signs. Everybody gets to play, and let's get started. Death on this side of the tower. This means something should have ended. Something is, uh, you know, you're hanging on to something that should have been let go of a long time ago. Basically, that's what it is. Uh, Death is also the end of life, I suppose, but I don't like to do that here. It's just more an energetic feeling, more of you know, you not letting something go when you should have. Okay, so come on, time to let that go before you hit the tower, because eventually you can hit that thing and you can hit the tower, and it leads doesn't lead to a good place. The universe has to step in, and it leads to the well, yeah, like I just said, it leads to the moon card, and the moon card is perpetually lost, hidden. Like you don't know what your next move is. You're just kind of lost in a haze, a void. And I think being forced to let something go will put you in this tower moment, this moon energy. If you do it naturally, if you let it go and you're just like, all right, I gotta move on, I gotta get my life back in order, you can avoid probably all of this. But we'll see. Yeah, hard for the judgment. You got to make the call to learn your lesson and let it go. You got to disconnect from whatever that you're holding on to. You've got to make the hard decision. Okay. All right. Let's see what's holding you back. Well, obviously the past. There's some kind of past energy here. Maybe a person that ghosted you, or maybe you ghosted them. But I think this is normally this happened to you. Thing. So this is hope. Hope will drive a man insane for sure. You'll never give up. You'll think, well, someday they'll come back. They didn't mean what they said. They didn't mean what they did. They'll come back someday. And you're in love with who you thought they were, not who they turned into or what they've always been. You love the mask. You love the illusion. You love the lie, and that's what you want to remember the most about them. So you're holding on to that. The Queen of Cups, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how it's gonna go. Yeah, and the King, you're wrecking your life over this, dude. Man, whoever's watching, you. This is eating. This is getting serious. Okay, this is getting to the point where you're neglecting your hygiene. You're falling into a depression where it's hard to get out of bed. This was done to you by someone. Okay, this was done to you. You somebody was like the brightest thing in your whole life, and then they disappeared for reasons you'll never understand, because you were honest with them and they were totally not honest with you at all. But you love the person they used to be. You love the mask, the illusion, the lies. That's the person you want back, and that person never existed, but you've convinced yourself that they did. No matter how bad or terrible they were, you make excuses for them. It's like, well, they were on medication, pills, anxiety, depression, PTSD. They were on all those medications, and something went wrong because they got mixed up with a drug dealer, or you know whatever, and it messed them all up. So all of this is just mental illness, and that person that I really know is in there somewhere. You'll never give up hope. I know that. I know that. You never will. You will all, no matter how much they did to you, no matter how much bad they did, you're always going to be wondering, you know, that spark of who they used to be still got to be in there somewhere, right? But no. They showed you who they were when they left. When they disappeared on you, when they betrayed you, when they stabbed you in the back and literally did more damage to your life than anybody else ever has. You're not stupid. You're just alone. All right, let's see what the tower brings. Yeah, tower burns down the boundaries. You're losing yourself here. And you feel defeated. Yeah, you don't know who you are anymore, really, because everything you used to love is gone and toast, right? Every day you wake up and you think the same thing. Every day you go to bed and you have the same thoughts. So the first thing you wake up thinking about and the last thing you go to sleep thinking about. And throughout the day, it's always, man, what could have been? We could have had, we could have done, we could have been the perfect team. You know, it's what you're obsessed with what could have been. Six of Cups. But when you're doing that, you lose track of your daily life. You stop talking to people. You lash out at people who don't deserve it. People who might actually be interested or in you are good people that might be a little bit more honest than the one you dealt with. You turn them away because you're always going, I'm waiting for them to come back. My life is on hold. I am waiting for them to come back. I am waiting for them to come back. I can't. I mean, what if I get with you and then they come back and then what? What if they need me for something? Because I always helped them in the past, you know? What if their medications kick in and they realize what they had with me and they snap back? I know, that sounds crazy, but a lot of people think like that. And it hurts you in the end. Leads you to the moon energy. Four of Pentacles, yeah. Holding on to this way too tight. Keeping you awake at night. Nine of Swords, by the way. And Ten of Cups. It's delusional, man. Hope is making you delusional for a perfect relationship that doesn't exist. It can never exist because the person you're holding on to was a lie. Okay, they wore a mask, they lied to you, they tricked you, they told you what you wanted to hear. They would have said anything and everything to get what they wanted because they needed it. And you thought you were doing the right thing by helping them out. You thought, hey, I really like this person and they need my help, and I can give it, so, you know, I got to pull the trigger on this because something like this might not ever come up again. And I get it. And you know that they probably sweeten the pot a little bit. It's probably not just a I need to save you thing. It was probably like, oh, they probably told you how good you were and how they'd like you. And, you know, you told them about your pets or whatever. And they say, oh, I want to see him so bad. You know, they didn't just ask for help. They were actually interested in you. They actually liked the same things you did. And they claimed to do the same things you did. You know, I mean, you know, I don't know where you met this person or what happened, but you really fell for them and they told you that they felt the same way. So it really wasn't I saved them, now they owe me. It's I pulled them out of the fire because I think we could have made a really good team. I saw the life you had, it was terrible, and I wanted you to be safe. So I you did the right thing. And then once they had everything they could get out of you, they found something else. Sorry. And now you're just waiting on them. You got your life on hold for someone who is probably a monster. And I hate that I have to say that. But even if they do come back into your life, you're going to ask these questions and they're not going to have any answers. Why'd you go see him? I mean, he's like, you're going to be like, hey, that guy you fell for, you left me for, was 10 years younger than you. He was like eating mud in grandma's backyard and when Lord of the Rings came out still. And isn't that weird? He was 8 years old and you were graduating high school. Isn't that a little weird? You know? And there's stuff like that. It's like you had nothing in common. There's nothing there for what little you knew. Why would you fall for someone like that when apparently you and this person were perfect? Why would they change so much? And there's questions you're going to ask, and they're not going to have an answer. They're just going to be like, mental illness, and you either buy it or you don't. And you're going to realize that this person probably will never change. They only come back to you when they need something or their life has fallen apart. Last resort. That's how you found them. Remember, you were their only way out, or probably close to it. And they acted like their life was over if they didn't get help, and you had the means, so you took them in. So yeah, this tower moment's gonna hit bad, and you're just gonna feel like you're holding on to something that can never exist, and you're gonna close yourself off. So you need to make the judgment call right now to connect with your higher self and let this go before you hit the tower. Sorry, that's just how it is, because the Ace of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. I believe once you heal from this disaster, and it is a disaster, you can finally open yourself up a little bit, to connect with somebody who's real, who deserves you. I don't know why this reading came out like this, but this is something that I think a lot of people in the world could benefit from. You need to realize that you were used, abused, and taken advantage of, and you're in love with something that doesn't exist. And hope that they come back is driving you insane. Literally, probably insane, because they're in your thoughts all the time. But not the person they were. It's like the person who they were and who they turned into are two separate people. And in your brain, you're like, man, I really love the person they used to be. Right? But you try to separate that from what they did to you. You try to disassociate it. So it's like, yeah, remember when? Six of Cups. Remember when? How good it was. And then you try to forget how bad they treated you. So, if they do come back, as a last resort, I'm sorry, I need help, desperate thing, remember what they did to you. Remember all the weeks, the months, maybe even years of suffering you went through in your brain before they came back, and they never even reached out at all. They didn't care. You were dead to them until they needed money or a place to sleep or food or whatever they needed. You were dead to them until then. So it's up to you. This tower moment's going to drive you to a bad place because you're not going to be able to let it go. I would suggest highly that you reconnect. You make the judgment call. You reconnect with your higher self, and you say, yeah, that person, good and bad, they have to. You got to move on. Don't put your life on hold for somebody who hates you or, lied to you. I mean, if somebody lies to you that much, if they betray you, if they stab you in the back, they hate you. Come on, right? They don't want anything to do with you at all. You can't love someone you lie to that much, or betray, or keep secrets from, or anything like that. Can't do it. And they left you alone. And I don't know how much damage they did when they left. Probably was a lot. So I hope this message resonates with somebody out there. And I hope that you find the strength to let go, because it's easy to hold on. It really is. It's easy to hold on to someone. It's easy to put your life on hold for someone that doesn't exist. It's real easy to hold on, but it's real hard to let go. For a lot of people, especially if you hold on to this tight, the harder, the better, the more you hold on, the harder it is to let go. So, what a reading this turned out to be, huh? All right, I'm going to show you the cards, and that'll be it for today. Here we go. Thanks for watching, by the way. I hope this helps somebody, and I really hope that you avoid this tower moment, because you're hoping for a relationship that doesn't exist. You're laser focused on something that will not probably ever happen. And if they do come back, it's just going to be pain and misery, probably, because that person they turned into is still there. And it can show up at any moment. Put you through this all over again. I don't know. People rarely ever change. They just turn into who they really are. All right. Well, I'm going to show you this card, and if you're still here at the end of this video, thank you for watching. You're pretty awesome, and please think about hitting the old subscribe button. I'm sorry this one is a little long, but I had a lot to say. All right. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye.